my goodness. Hello, everybody. My goodness. This song is way too funky for me and my sensibility. It doesn't fit at all. Yeah, reggae. All right. How are y'all doing on this Saturday night? It's so good to see you all. I hope you are doing well. I hope everyone is registered to vote. If not, I must ask you a question. What are you going to do to save our republic? Who knows? If we'll be able to celebrate another year. If you don't, get out there and vote. I mean, put something together, guys. What? We get a bunch of preteens out there? Be an adult. Do your civic duty, right? Come on. We are going to have a comedy show for you tonight. We have three amazing shows. Our first one is Space Time, First Contact, which is a little story about Captain Jeff surveying the entire universe, really. Yeah. Finding out just about everybody you need to know and updating the Wikipedia. And then we've got the improvised reality show, Next in Line, episode 4 of 5, the penultimate episode. If you don't know what that means, it means the next to last. So this is your last chance to catch up. If you haven't seen the other episodes, you can watch them on our YouTube and get ready for the big finale. And that's really what matters. And then, new time slot, holy crap, join Anastasia Pavlinskaya and amazing villain stand-up team starting at 9:30. Whoa! Remember those old promos on TV when they'd be like, new time slot, you gotta check this out. Friends is at 8 now. What? Villain stand-up, 9:30 on Saturday night. So you can still, watch with the kids before you have to tuck them in. And that's really what we don't recommend at all. So we got a show to get on the road, dude. Like, what are you waiting for? We got our first show coming up, and that is Space Time First Contact. Let's check it out.
Goodness. What a week it's been. Hey, let's see, it's day 373 up here on the beacon. I'm Captain Jeff. Not really captain, I have to say that. Legal department at Space Wikipedia hasn't been liking me claiming to be a captain when I'm not. I think they're a bunch of, I'm not going to say it because they watch these videos. All right, I've procrastinated again this week. I know you think this is becoming a pattern, all right, but it's not. I had a very good reason. My space toilet broke this week, and with this toilet didn't break, it's just the gravity in that part of the beacon broke, and I just got it fixed like minutes ago, and you're lucky you didn't have to see me in the state that was. It was pretty gross. If you realize how important gravity is for just everything having to do with a toilet. Literally everything, just absolutely everything. If you don't have gravity and you don't have a toilet designed for no gravity, it gets bad. So that took up several days this week. And so, yeah, I'm doing my interviews last minute. Writing on behalf of Space Wikipedia, going to be capturing entries of life forms I've never met before. How could I have met them if they don't have an entry? And going to get their entries written. So let's just jump right into it. Coming up first, let's see, I only have their names in the queue here. First one's going to be Dark Sporznak Pines Aurora. That's quite a name. All right, you're on screen, Dark Sporznak. You there?
Yes, hello.
Oh, hello, I'm Captain Jeff. I'm from Space Wikipedia. I'm here to write your entry.
I'm glad to meet you. I'm Doc Sporznak. I hail from the Pines Aurora. Why are we speaking?
Because you've been deemed worthy to have an entry on Space Wikipedia, the universe's best encyclopedia, and I'm going to write it for you. So I'm going to learn all about you.
This is wonderful. I am duly honored. Where do you hail from?
Oh, I mean, I'm in a beacon out in the edge of space, but I'm originally from a place called Earth. Have you heard of it?
Oh, I have heard of Earth. It's a wonderful place. It's a shame what's coming.
What do you mean? Wait, what's coming?
Oh, nothing. Nothing.
Darth. Dark. Can I call you Dark?
If you want. My friends call me Sporzy.
Dark Sporzy. Are you saying something bad is going to happen to Earth, or like something?
No, not immediately. See, I am from a long line of space wizards. Have you heard of the Big Bang?
Yes. We figured that out about a century ago. Figured out how the universe started. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So I do the opposite. I'm the one that makes black holes.
Oh, okay. Well, wow. All right. Well, that's quite a power. You make black holes?
Yes. Do you think they just happen on their own?
We weren't sure. We thought it was when a big star collapsed in on itself that it would just, tear a little hole in space-time and you'd end up.
Oh, space wizards. We do that. My brother, Lightsbosnak, he's the one that does the bangs and I do the holes.
Oh, so you do the holes, he does the bangs. That's quite the operation you've got. So you're like the creators and destroyers of everything.
Well, there's lots of us. The universe is vast. We just cover like a few quadrants of it, and we just kind of recycle the material, put it all together, and make it happen again.
So why do you do all this? Why would you create a black hole if you don't have to? What's the purpose of it all? The universe here.
Well, the thing is, if you have to know, is sometimes we don't get it right. We don't control the entire thing, mind you. We just get it in starting motion. Whatever happens after the motion, we have to then take responsibility for it. So that's why I have to come in with my holes.
I get it. To use a very old reference, you're kind of like a parent pushing their kid in a boxcar down the hill. You can't control once you let go.
Exactly. And then once the children are just out of control, I have to make a hole.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think on Earth we did pretty good. I'm out here. We've got Space Wikipedia spreading across the universe, capturing all the information. So we've got to be doing all right, right?
Did you?
Yeah, I think so. But oh my God. Well, now I'm really worried. How soon are we talking? How soon should I be worried?
Oh, it depends. I have some letters that we received, and now it's delaying things because of all the red tape.
Oh, good. Yeah, definitely delay it. Because Earth's supposed to have another good 5 billion years or so.
Oh no, I love Earth. I get some of my best bodies from there.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta ask you more about that, but I gotta put you on pause for a second because I procrastinated this week. People are saying it's becoming a pattern. It's not a pattern, all right? It's just these weeks are busy. I'm alone up here. I have to do everything. So needless to say, I've got a deadline coming up here in just a couple minutes. So I got to do all my interviews at once.
Understood, Jeffrey.
Yeah, just hang on. Coming up next on Spacetime, we have Travis T. Stripes from Planet Fuzz. Travis, are you there?
Hey, what's good, my dude? How you guys doing?
Travis, how you doing? I'm Captain Jeff from Space Wikipedia.
Hey,
not really Captain.
All right, that's cool.
What?
All right, no, I dig that. That's pretty cool. You seem like a cool guy. I mean, you're a little bald.
A little bald? Oh,
yeah, did you get into a fight with like a barber or something? They cut all the fur from your face.
No, this is what we look like.
That's what you guys look like?
I mean,
Shocking,
rough.
Right? Shocking.
It's a bit shocking. You're a handsome fella. How you doing?
How are you doing?
Nah, I'm not too bad. Can't complain. Look at how beautiful the day is. It's gorgeous.
I love it. Thank you. You've just added 1 billion years to your planet.
Love it.
Wait a second. That's all it takes? Dark Sporzy? I don't even know how to say your name.
Dark Sporzy. You're subtracting dates every time you mess up my name.
Okay. Well, all right. Travis, is that Planet Fuzz behind you? I'm assuming so.
It is indeed the one and only Planet Fuzz.
That looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It looks lush. It looks tropical. I like planets like that.
Yeah, I mean, we like it. It's got food wherever you need it. You got air. You got water. What else could you ask for?
That is wise, Travis. That is wise. I can't tell you how many species I talk to, never satisfied. I'm worried humans might be one of those species. I don't know. But
that's rough.
That's good. What do you do there, Travis? What's your claim to fame?
I'm a scientist.
No way.
I'm a scientist.
What kind of scientist?
Oh, basically, when there are kids and stuff here, I just kind of like push them around, kind of like kick them over rocks, maybe feed them to some of the bigger kids, that type of thing.
Ooh, you're a chaos scientist.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Well, wait. I don't think that quite counts as being a scientist. That sounds more like you're just sort of a bully.
Well, I mean, what do you call scientists? How do you define it,
I mean,
Mr. Bald Face?
Okay, first of all, you don't have to say that because I even have a beard. All right. So,
Listen, it's my scientific right.
okay. Well, we talk about science of inquiring about the universe using the scientific method, so you don't let your own bias get in the way. That's science.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't let my own bias get in the way. I push the kids I like. I push the kids I don't like. I push all the kids.
What are you figuring out?
Chaos.
If they fall.
But they will fall if they get pushed.
Well, sure. Some of them will. Some of them won't. And the ones that fall, we eat them.
Wow. Oh, so
hey, look. Let me show you. Let me show you. Hey, kid. Hey, kid, come here.
This should be fun.
Oh, yeah. He fell.
Oh my God.
Oh,
no. Did you just eat a cub on your plate?
Travis.
I mean, he fell. What am I supposed to do? Just let him go on? That's not gonna happen.
You got a little something.
Oh, let me take a look. Oh yeah. Let me get that.
He's my kind of guy.
Oh, there we go. Did I get it?
Oh,
no.
it's still there. It's still there.
Oh gosh, how embarrassing. I'm so sorry. Let me see.
Circle of life.
Hey, you'd be surprised. Paws aren't so great at removing this.
Yeah, I can imagine. Dark Sporesnack, you think this is good behavior?
This is part of his planet's ecosystem.
Because you're the black hole creator, so you like destruction and chaos.
It's
I
not
get it.
destruction, Jeffrey. Remember, without destruction, there cannot be rebuilding. Without rebuilding, there cannot be evolution.
Okay, I get
This guy gets it.
Holy moly. Well, all right. Well, Travis, that was the most gruesome thing I think I've ever seen during a space-time interview. So I don't know how I feel. We're not allowed to judge. That's very strict. So you
I
can.
don't know. You seem pretty judgy.
So judgy.
So judgy.
I'm absolutely not judging. I just think I just witnessed a murder. So I just think
Murder. Who said who did a murder?
I saw no murder. I just saw lunch.
That's life. That's what nature's like.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, are you one of the only scientists on your planet, or are there lots of them?
Nah, we got a few.
Just a few. Okay.
Yeah, it's me. It's Tim. It's Jacob. There's
Travis,
Francis. We all like to hang out.
Travis, when you were a cub, did you get pushed by scientists?
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't fall.
Yeah, but how did it make you feel?
I'm grateful that I didn't fall.
Okay.
And that's where
Now,
the science
Captain
of it
Jeff,
is.
when you were a cub, did you get pushed by scientists?
I mean, I got pushed, but not by scientists. We just called them bullies. Yeah.
Ah, I see. You guys let the weak ones live. Maybe make them, work for Space Wikipedia or something, right?
I mean, that's exactly what I do. But I'm not one of the weak ones. I would be. I mean, wait a second. No. You know what? Hold on, Travis. I got to bring on another life form. Okay.
Oh, another one. Ooh.
Yeah, you just hang out there. I'm gonna do. I got to triple up. Okay, because
You got it.
this strong life form, me, has been fixing a space.
Oh, do you hear that, Travis? He's a strong.
Oh, he's a strong one.
Strong,
such a
now.
strong, strapping boy. Oh,
Yeah, well, I got the gravity booster working again. All right, so strong and smart. All right, so I'm just gonna leave it.
So precious. All right, let me fix my.
You're not even in space, Travis. You're not even in space. All right, coming up next, I got a third life form here, and these are going to be my quota for the week. Let's say we got Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio coming on screen. Hello. Hello. How you doing? I am Captain Jeff from Space Wikipedia, and I'm here to write your entry. Can you introduce yourself?
Well, first of all, my name is Leonardo DiCaprio, but it might as well be Dick Raprio. It doesn't matter. Leonardo's a shitty guy.
I thought it said Dick Rapio. It's Dick Crapio. I get it. So the emphasis is on the crap.
Yeah, that's how my mother named me, but she could have gone with Dick Raprio. That's equally good.
You know, those two names are exactly the same, but sound so drastically different, don't they? Like Leonardo Dick DiCaprio versus Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, like that sounds so different, doesn't it?
I feel like
you're still mispronouncing it, but it's all right.
That's the theme today.
Travis, is he bullying?
I think that sounds like bullying. You're making fun of Leo's name here.
No, I'm praising Leo's name. I think Leo's got a great name. Leo, sorry. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm from planet Two Thumbs Down.
Oh.
We are a planet of movie critics. Everyone on the planet is a critic. That's all we do is we criticize Earth movies. That's the only transmissions we get out here. And somebody's got to do the job. It's a dirty job, but we got to do it.
It's the dirtiest. Earth has the worst movies.
What?
Couldn't I? You said it. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Wait, Dark, where do better movies come from?
Oh, let's see.
The only transmissions we get are from Earth. So do you guys have better movies wherever you're from?
I'm going to send you some Babel films. You'll love those.
What makes them better?
Oh, everything. The acting, the writing, the cinematography, the color balance, the lack of egos, all of it.
No, nonsense. Earth has great movies. Leo DiCaprio, you must have seen some good ones, right? Like if you're a movie critic, you've got to review movies. So there's terrible movies and also amazing movies. Am I right?
Yeah, there's one movie that we hold everything else up to the standard, and nothing meets the standard. It's actually a series of movies. The first one is the best. It is the Air Bud series.
Oh
yes.
So good. So good.
So wholesome.
Hold on. Air Bud, the dog that plays basketball?
Yep. And then there's Air Bud 2, there's Air Bud 3. He plays baseball, he plays volleyball. He never gets around to racquetball.
So the best
that pup is a treasure.
It's the best. I loved when he became the heart surgeon.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh, yes.
That was like 17, right?
Yes, it was amazing.
Oh,
it deserved that Oscar.
In my eye.
Leo,
Really
so you're
did.
saying that the movie that sets the bar for 10 out of 10 is Air Bud? It's not Singing in the Rain. It's not The Godfather. It's not Shawshank Redemption. It's not any of these like top movies. You're saying it's Air Bud?
Those other movies, I would rate a 2 at the best. Yes, Air Bud, top movie. Nothing can compare.
Okay, well, I think your planet has a very different taste than the planet that those movies come from, perhaps. What did you all do before you were getting Earth movies? What's your planet's deal?
I don't know. We've always been getting Earth movies.
It's from the beginning of your time.
I just don't think our planet existed before Earth year 1904.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So the very first thing you got was whatever that movie was with the rocket hitting the moon in the eye. I think that was the first one, right? Something like that.
Yeah, that is a documentary. That is our origin story here on Two Thumbs Down.
Oh, really? Oh, so that's how you see how your planet came to be. Is through a rocket like that?
Yes.
Makes sense. Do you have an origin story on your planet, Travis?
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, it was a planet, and we know as much because us scientists have figured it out. There was two main life forms. There was a big cat, and there was a bigger cat.
Hold on.
The bigger cat came, and he kicked the cat, and then we had a planet.
Okay, wait. How did your scientists figure that out from just pushing around little cubs?
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I don't know what type of degrees you got, but I mean, the writing's on the wall, man.
I'd like to put in my 2 cents in, Captain Jeff. Travis, You're going to think this is quite coincidental, but the first big cat was named Leonardo.
Oh my God! Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's I love it. I love it. Is it okay if I write that down in our books?
You can, yes.
Oh, Doc, you're a treasure. I love you, Doc.
Were you there?
Yes, I was actually.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. So I gotta ask you, Dark. How many universes have you made and destroyed? You and your brother and your other space wizards.
Let's see. You mean just me and my brother, or all the space wizards?
I mean, just you. We'll just say you. How many of you and your brother made and destroyed?
I myself have destroyed 52 billion 873,592,102.
That is a huge number to keep track of, but
that is admirable. That is admirable.
That is funny because that's like a Social Security number almost, right? Like it's just a lot of numbers when you think about it.
Oh, Social Security. So that was a failed concept for your planet.
Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, I gotta ask you again, Leo, because I need to know more about you and your planet. Have you ever thought about making movies? Has that ever crossed your mind, or you just want to review them?
No, we critique movies. That's what our people have always done. That's what you breathe air, you metabolize. We have to constantly critique movies or else we die.
Yes.
Wow. So if Air Bud is the best movie, is it also your favorite movie?
Absolutely. Air Bud is everyone's favorite movie on this planet.
What do you love?
And if anyone says different, then we execute them.
I would even say not just your planet. I mean, we love Air Bud over here too. It's great.
The executions are so fun too. How you have those dogs, they play with the heads after you chop them off.
It's beautiful.
We put them in a car and we drive them off the cliff.
Gorgeous.
Good source for bodies. Good source for bodies.
Hey, Leo, you seem like someone that's seen a lot of movies. Can I run something by you?
Absolutely.
I mean, this isn't my idea, but you know, a friend of mine was talking about the possibility of a screenplay about maybe this like young tiger scientist, and he's like teaching a bunch of cubs, and you know these cubs, they're like, you know, not the school that they go to, they're not really treated too kindly, but like, you know, this tiger comes in, for the sake of argument, let's call it Travis. Travis comes in, he's gonna teach these kids, and he spins the rock around and he sits and he talks to them, and he's all like, you kids, you know, the system might not believe in you. Yeah.
Travis, when does the basketball playing dog come in?
Oh, that comes in the third act. That's the beautiful part. Like
that's
the whole time he's
too
like,
late. That's too late.
No, too late.
I see.
Bring him in no later than 6 minutes into the movie.
I think the basketball playing dog should be the angry principal that's trying to push around Travis.
Oh, that's so good. I love that. The principal, he doesn't like these kids. They don't play basketball too good. But yeah, I mean that Travis believes in this kids, right?
Yeah.
He should be the protagonist. It's not going to get over 4 stars if the principal, which is the basketball playing dog, is not the protagonist.
You're right.
Does your planet even have dogs or basketball?
I mean, obviously, right?
Obviously, yes.
Obviously, yes. I'm talking about basketball.
Okay,
talking about
cool.
dogs. We got dogs and basketballs. It's all we got. We got little cubs that get kicked over and eaten, and we got. Oh God, you're making me hungry.
What? No, God.
All right.
Oh no!
Sorry, I got a little hangry there. I had to get a little snack.
Travis, that cub you didn't even push. You didn't even test it. You're a bad scientist.
Nah, what? Listen, even every scientist got a little time off. They don't have to be doing science all the time. Sometimes you just need a snack.
Okay.
Travis, do you have small cats on your planet? Cats that are not tigers?
Oh yeah, we got small cats. We got big cats. Basically, if it's fuzzy and got 4 legs, there's a home for him here.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, Doc knows.
Yes.
Oh, Doc, hey, listen, you should come by sometime. We can kick some children.
No, I'm totally coming there, Travis. There's a reason why I keep extending the life of your universe, because I'm definitely going to come and hang.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be a good time.
We're just going to push people over. You're going to eat them. I'm going to bring them back to life.
You know what? You know something, Doc? I'm seeing a lot of similarities here. You just do what I do on a bigger scale. You're like a cosmic scientist.
I'm kind of like a cosmic scientist, but also kind of like a cosmic necromancer.
Oh, I love it. Would that mean that I'm like a tiger necromancer?
Ooh, do they come back to life after you've eaten them?
Well, if you ask my stomach, sometimes they do.
Listen to this guy. Oh my gosh.
This doesn't make any sense. I got to point this out. Dark, you're an all-knowing being. You're a wizard that creates black holes in relation to your brother or whoever that creates galaxies.
Yes.
And you're entertained by pushing over little cubs on a planet called Buzz?
I'm entertained by lots of things, Captain Jeffrey. I'm entertained, like I said, by necromancy. I love making new friends to talk to in the galaxy after I destroyed them. I enjoy long walks on beach planets. I enjoy just kicking back on the giant hammock universe and relaxing that way. I even enjoy a good book occasionally. There's lots of things I love.
I love all those things too. The Earth versions, though, which are a lot smaller.
Dirk, I have a movie recommendation for you. If you haven't seen it, you might have seen it. Have you seen the movie Necromantic with a K at the end? It's a 1980s German Earth movie about necromancy.
So I have to give you a secret, Leonardo. Yeah. Necromantic was actually inspired by my trip to Earth.
What, you've been to Earth?
Oh yes, I go to Earth occasionally to see what kind of shit pot you've turned it into.
God.
Were you in it? Was that
no,
you?
I wasn't in it. I was a consulting producer.
So when the guy sucks the eyeball out of the skull and he chews on it, is that's something that actually happened to you?
No, that's something that they added for effect. I would never take an eyeball out of a proper corpse. How am I going to reanimate it? How's it going to see me? I have to make eye contact with it.
Plus, they just don't taste so good.
Oh, all right. Well, I actually look here and I see my deadline is approaching super fast. So I got to wrap this up. Let's see if there's anything that I missed. I'm going to start with you. Let's start with you, Dark. Dark Sporznak Pines Aurora. See, I said your whole name right. You've got
that's not my whole name, Jeffrey. You've messed it up again. My name is Dark Sporznak, and I come from the Pines Aurora.
Oh, I messed it up again. I thought you had a bunch of hyphens in your name. I apologize.
Jeffrey, do you see this little blue dot here?
Yes.
This is your universe.
What?
If you mess up one more thing, I'm going to smash it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. Travis, did I miss anything that you would like included in your entry?
Travis T. Stripes, best scientist on Fuzz, and overall cool guy.
Are you the best scientist?
I mean, if you say so.
Okay. Well, you got a little something.
Let me just.
You pause.
Better?
Did I get it? I think best scientist will go into his bio. Don't you, Captain Jeff?
Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely it will. Yeah, Doc, I like you.
Okay. And then Leo DiCaprio. I got it. Okay. Is there anything else that you'd like me to include? I got movies. I got Air Bud. I've got the origin story of your planet. What else?
Can you send out a message for me? I know you're from Earth. Do you know all the Earth people?
Yeah.
All right. So if George Clooney's head is ever in our galaxy, please tell him to stop by. We would like to harvest some of his DNA. He's a terrible actor, but he's a beautiful man.
So beautiful.
And that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I agree. Very beautiful man. But I'd say good actor, but beautiful man. Beautiful man. Maybe if he was, playing basketball and with a golden retriever, maybe you'd like him better.
Oh, that would win all of the.
That would be so good. Yeah. Why hasn't that happened?
It takes a dream.
Ego. It's his ego.
They don't know how to make movies on Earth.
No, they clearly don't. They just don't know it.
Please review them. We obviously do. I'm not going to get defensive though. I gotta wrap this up because I gotta get these uploaded. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining me. And really, please, Dark, don't destroy our universe. I think we got a lot going, and I know we messed up, but we're getting there. We're working on it. That's what makes us scrappy. Kind of like Travis. Kind of like Leo, we're creating, we're doing stuff.
You seem like a sweet boy, so I'll give you a few extra years.
Let's make it a few billion.
Don't push it.
Okay. All right. Well, this is it. Thank you so much. Space Time out.
Bye, everybody.
Welcome to week 4 of Next in Line. I'm Flynn Wolfbane, and I've been presenting you with so much. It has been 3 intense weeks of competition between 6 people trying to be the ruler of Arin. And after a few weeks, it's really becoming clear which of these has what it takes and which of these doesn't. And the these in question, well, that's our contestants. And they will be joining me now in the living room. Hello, yes, welcome. Welcome back. How is everybody feeling? It's week 4 out of 5. My goodness.
I would like to register a complaint with you, Flynn. The food has been subpar.
Oh, who has been cooking?
Well, I've been cooking, sir, Mr. Flynn. I think it's a way to be, well, amicable with our roommates.
Oh, where was that in week 1?
Thank God for you, dog fan. Thank God for you.
Well, I was a hermit, sir, so I
Dogfen.
It's very hard.
Knew about you. What is going on with your apparel?
Well, I've decided to change color. I thought black was, well, far too drab, and, well, red is a color of, well, the blood that runs through my veins and the passion that I have now for life.
Wow.
And for love.
The red really brings out the bloodlust that you have within. So congratulations for you. Gwen,
Yes.
how are you doing?
It's been a pretty great week. I mean, last week was fun. You know, a wise person once said to not hate the contestant, but hate the challenge. And I don't know, this week I'm feeling very much that sort of energy.
Oh, you just seem more jubilant than usual, though.
Oh, well, you know, when you're surrounded by good people, you know.
Thank you.
Right. Speaking of surrounded by good people, Teddy, what's going on with you? Teddy?
Same old, still
Teddy?
trying to... I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
right. It's
Sorry.
been how many weeks, Flynn?
I'm sorry. You're so small.
I'm still working on myself. I've gone through a lot of soul searching this entire time, but especially this week. Ups and downs. Do I make the same mistakes that have followed me everywhere I go? Do I burn bridges? No.
I've noticed you've become close with Gwendolyn.
I've done my best to become close with everyone here. Good opponents and good friends.
Yes, I think it's important that we realize that we should explore all options while we're in this new experience.
Oh, I see. Well, speaking of other options, Brent, how are you?
I've been great. After last week, I've been writing haikus this whole week. And man, let me tell you, I feel alive. The way I feel is high and justify my love for Gwendolyn is strong. Boom! Let's go, baby.
Brent is getting a little clingy, no? I mean, it's like you spend one afternoon in a garden and then all of a sudden I'm supposed to lay down all my ideals because you want to win something for me?
What about you, Cassiopeia? How are you?
I'm feeling full. I'm feeling grateful. I've upgraded from eating leftovers to just eating actual overs. It's a lot of thanks to Dogfart and his cooking. After last week's performance and losing a point after participating, I've decided to take it upon myself to take myself to the highest position in this challenge, in this game. Yeah.
The bacon was unbelievable.
Oh, I'm sure it was. Where did we get that bacon, I wonder?
Oh, Mr. Flynn, if you remember, I killed a pig, and then I was traumatized.
We all remember, unfortunately.
Yes. Well.
I think the taste of trauma is very...
Okay, well, yes. Definitely.
Little do people realize the kind of danger that I have within me.
Let's get to what today's challenge is going to be. Now, if you remember in week 1, you eulogized. And it was somewhat of a speech, but it was more to test your amicability, or how it is that you connected to people. But now we need to understand that you truly know how to make a speech. Today's challenge is all about speech making, where I will provide you with a subject, and you will give me a 30-second speech. Is that understood? I must know your stance clearly. If I don't know your stance clearly, then you lose points or you don't gain it. Know that it is week 4 out of 5, so the crunch time has begun. The heat is on, and you will be pushed to the limit. Enjoy your day, and we'll convene here later today.
Did you hear what Teddy said? He said I was a good friend. Well, Teddy said we were all good friends, but
Did you see Dog Fig this morning? That's a piece of hot flesh I'd like to get to know.
You know, dog fan, dog foo, whatever. He still wants to be my friend. Cassio, all these people, they're looking up toward me. And I have realized that the only way to secure someone's love is to force them into will and be their ruler, which is why I must do everything in my power to win. And I mean everything. So from here on out, it's nothing but smiles.
The top person is Teddy, so clearly Teddy is the person to side with. Whatever past strategies I've tried have not worked, and I clearly need to win this week.
Speech making isn't, the best for me, but we have done stuff at the pub where you go ahead and sing, and that's basically it. And they always say that if you imagine your audience naked, then it just becomes a lot easier to speak. And if I think of the right person, I think that'll be easier to do. You know what I'm saying?
I've been meaning to get you alone so that I could talk to you, and perhaps we can make an alliance. I mean, I know we have things in common. We both have a great desire to rule. What is that? Is that the magic dust?
That's very forward of you to suggest an alliance, Queen Rebecca.
Well, I mean, it is week 4. We don't have much time.
You've been very cruel to all the other contestants, very running your mouth at Flynn. You've been, I want to say, cruel.
Yeah, that might. He's small and insignificant, and sometimes you feel bad for the guy. Like, how does it feel to be such a loser?
I'm just trying to say, what I'm trying to get at, Queen Rebecca, is I don't think that's the real you. I think, I don't know, there's another side to you that, even if you don't want to show it, know that I accept it.
Thank you, Teddy. There is another me. I am looking for a friend, and I'm really curious about how that fairy dust works. How does that work, and why did you go to pieces on it?
The fairy dust, it's no good. It doesn't work.
Oh, such a shame. I was hoping that together we could somehow utilize that for our mutual benefit, and that at least one of us could win and the other one could be an assistant.
As a Queen Rebecca, I don't think this is gonna work anymore.
Teddy, you're sweating. What's going on? You look like you're ill. What's happening?
Here's my personal analysis on Teddy. For the past 3 days, he's been sweating profusely through his little tiny shirts, and you can see these giant massive rings of sweat under his arms.
The only way you can win at this point, Queen Wabinka, is if you join me. You give up your measly point, and together we win.
Can we combine points?
I don't know, but we can combine our minds.
Well, we can do that. I'm all on board for that, Teddy. Let's work together.
I think that I failed epically in disastrous proportions, and now I'm siding with her.
Did you notice last week how Queen Rabinka completely, like, stole everything I said to her? Like, I don't trust her.
It's like the royals, you know, kind of makes sense. It's like you do anything for money in the power hungry, and really it's just like part of the culture, but it doesn't mean that you have to be okay with it.
Well, she knit me this hat. She knit me this hat. She said that, well, cooks should have hats. The fear that, well, that hair would fall into the food, and I told her that obviously I didn't have any on my head, but she knit me this hat.
Teddy didn't look very well. I was a little concerned about him. And when he left behind this little baggie of fairy dust.
I'm not saying that you did it. I'm just saying if anyone were to do it.
Yeah, well, do you know a lot of bartenders and a lot of, you know, bar owners? Because you all have the same type too. It's very accusatory and drunk. So are you sure you're not drunk now? Let me smell that breath. Let me.
Nothing here, love, because all my liquor is gone. It's been a rough couple of days.
Listen, there's no time for me to flip anything while living on this plot of land. Okay, do you want my sheets? Are you sweaty? Are you cold, dear? Here.
I'm not going to do that from you. No, keep your sheet. Keep your damn sheet. Keep your damn sheet. That's not what this is about.
So what is this about, Brent?
We haven't spoken for the last 4 weeks. We haven't really gotten to know each other. And really, the first time when I get to know you, I'm all pissed. You don't got to make me pissed. We could just be friends.
Certainly. Listen, let's bring the energy down. All right. Let's just take a deep breather.
Dogfig's been teaching me this.
That's good. There you go.
God does not exist. God does not exist.
Oh, the breathing? Yeah. Yes, well, I told Brent to, well, deeply, very deeply breathe internally, because his breath was always so bad. It stunk of alcohol and, well, whatever vermin that he eats. So I just told him to breathe deeply in. I don't know if I ever told him to exhale.
Wonderful. So I did sell your alcohol and your sheets.
What the freak?
I just wanted you to be prepared to receive this information calmly, in a calm manner. Also, earlier this week, you know, I just needed some cash. I just wanted to buy these very fancy earrings, and I don't know, Brent seems to not be around much, so I figured, I was like, if there's anybody here that I could steal from without them really noticing, it would be Brent. It took him 4 days to realize that his sheets and his alcohol were missing, so I mean, where's the loss there? There really was none.
I'm going to write some very nasty haikus about you.
But that's not very nice.
You took the one thing that I had.
Your addiction to alcohol?
No. A name. What I'm known for. If I don't have alcohol, I've got nothing.
Oh, Brent.
That's what the tavern owner is supposed to be. That's who I'm supposed to be. That's my identity.
You're a fool! You write haikus, damn it! You're a poet! Accept your fate! You're an artist, mate!
I mean, I can't be mad about it. I barely knew that the lick was there.
I think the only person that hasn't come around to this new me, this ruler me, is Brent. And I think that's because he's a sausage that's been dried up in the sun and then poured dirty water on.
The haikus were fun for an hour. But it's like every single second, he's like, oh, wait, I got another one, Gwen, come on. And they're not that great.
I would say that, well, of all people, Brent is probably least my friend. Kind of cornered me into admitting that I had, well, killed a pig. That was awful shameful.
Real recognizes real. We've known this from day one, and that's why we've, like, avoided each other. But I had to say what I had to say.
I mean, what does a ruler need that you don't have? I mean, you've studied religion, you've committed yourself to being a humble servant. Why not you?
Of course, why not me? It's a great... Yes.
No, I didn't mean to send you into your mind palace, please.
No, I'm not trapped in there. I'd never go back. I promise. But Gwen, you're also... I mean, you're so, well, kind and talented and, well, you really come off the cuff, you know?
I just feel like I want to be better, you know? And if I don't know better, then I want to surround myself with other people that could help. I mean, what's a ruler without a loyal, committed, intelligent advisor?
Well, yes. Well, I suppose they would be, well, less than a ruler.
And I feel like we were all meant to meet, you know, Dogfin? Oh, yes. I said Dogfin.
Well, it's Fan, but that's so close. Gwen, you've almost got my name.
Yeah, Fart Dog is just not kicking it these days. The Red? I'd rather see a man in uniform. I feel like that's more respectful. So.
She said I look good in red. It was quite fun.
I think I finally figured it out. I think that I need to make alliances and I need to make sure that I don't go back to being a lady in waiting. Like, maybe I won't win and that sucks. But what would be worse is to go back.
Gwen was like a spring rose in summertime. It's like a new thing I'm trying out. It's like descriptive language. Spring rose in the summertime. Right?
Gwendolyn, the former lady-in-waiting. She just seems to be busy, like always running around stirring up trouble with everyone and trying to get their opinions on everything. And what a goody two-shoes. Oh, so educated and knowledgeable. Well, I think that Gwen has a date with Destiny and Dust. I put some of this fairy dust in her lunch drink. Let's just see how she does on her speech challenge now. Oh, that's rich.
You like horses?
I love horses.
Oh, I didn't realize you had an affinity for other living things.
Huh. Well, why would I give you land? Why would I give you land if I didn't have an affinity for you and like you?
Well, no, that's right, Queen Rebecca. I apologize. It's more of like, you know, I thought of it as like a deal, like a trading, like an agreement.
Well, I mean, there is no such thing as an act of kindness that doesn't. There's nothing for free. Let's just say that. I always say that. There's nothing for free. Beware the person bearing gifts. Perhaps you and I could form some kind of an alliance now that I've proven to you my good gesture of giving you land.
Of course. And I've already done what you said to sell off Brent's items so that he can fall behind. And I've done that.
I mean, we're the two. Oh, dog fan.
No!
I cannot believe you two.
Dog fight. What's happening?
Well, I was just sleeping in the stable over there, and you gave me this raspberry beret, Queen.
I did because I felt like you needed that, and it was a little bit of flair for your new personality. What's wrong with that?
It does complete the outfit, Dogfart. Come on, put it back on. It's beautiful.
Well, I suppose it certainly does, but beware of those that bear gifts.
Well, I might have slipped.
Slipped what?
I might have slipped. Now that we're all together, I might have slipped a little bit of fairy dust into the drink at lunchtime of Gwendolyn to give us all an advantage. We are the lowest ranked in the game at this point, are we not?
Yes. Actually,
well, I'm tied because I've tried to be friends with people. Maybe the reason you're all low is because you're trying to, well, deceive everyone else.
Dog friend, you can't be friends with everyone and expect to win. That's unfortunately
being friends is already winning.
Oh my. Okay. Well, we may not get anywhere with you if that's how you feel. But that was interesting. Finally, maybe we're getting somewhere. I mean, we've got the game already set up where at least we know who's going to lose. And there's an alliance now between Cassie and I.
Man, I didn't want to bring up that Queen Rabinka gave me lines so I could fuck up Brent a little bit. Just like, rustle his jimmies. But what the dog fart? Jesus, am I gonna have to kill him after this challenge? I'm not sure. After this game, what's gonna become of everyone here? Are we actually friends? No, it's just business.
This sure was a good raspberry beret. Red, passionate, colored beret that protected my head from the drafty kitchen and from my non-existent hair to fall into the pots of stew. But this is a traitorous beret! I cannot believe the Queen. Friendship is a lie. Friendship is lies.
Can you feel the tension? Are you starting to see the magnificence that is this show? All of a sudden, everyone feels pressure. All of a sudden, alliances are questioned. All of a sudden, all motives are questioned. And that's exactly what I wanted out of all of these people. It's almost like you could taste the fear, or you could taste the anger. It's what makes this so thrilling. As you can see, I am in another part of the castle. This is the art room. That's where we will do our speech making today. So I invite all the contestants to join me. Welcome to the art room. Isn't this lovely? It's a part of the castle you haven't seen yet. It's beautiful, isn't it? As you can see, there are many canvases on the wall, but there are also these canvases here by my feet. That's because I am throwing in a bit of a twist to today's challenge, as I usually do. I need from you a 30-second speech on a particular subject, but if your stance does not include the pictures that I include, you will not be moving forward with points. Is that understood?
Crystal clear. It's like the clearest thing in the world. Yep.
Yes.
Very good. Brent, as always, as the winner of last week's challenge, you have the choice. Would you like to participate in today's event and risk losing points? Or would you like to sit out and just keep your 3 points?
I'm going to sit this one out.
Fair enough. Brent is sitting out, and he's going to keep his 3 points secure.
Oh no, I can't sit out just like that. We've all had to do the competition.
You're right, Teddy. Brent, you will not be sitting out. You will be participating in this event, and you will possibly risk losing points. Okay.
Cool.
So, with that said, we will begin the speeches with Queen Rabinka.
Woo woo! Let's do it! Come on, Queen!
Your subject today is the economy.
Good people of the land, it has come to my attention that we are in economic trouble. This, of course, means that I will be increasing the taxes. I have an expensive taste for skins and furs from foreign lands. A queen cannot be expected to appear in common clothing. Therefore, I will need animal skins and gold to adorn myself with. And in addition, I would like to add to my collection of antiquities, because this is another characteristic of a true ruler.
Your time is up. We will now move forward. Thank you
that
for
went
your...
quite well.
Well, whatever you thought, I don't care. Gwendolyn George.
Present and accounted for. Let's do this.
Okay. Your speech will be education.
Well, I come here to speak to all of you about something that is super important, education. I know we don't have that right now, but do you want to be like man's best friend, or you want to be man? Okay, how do we get there? Education. It's the same word we're going to come back to. It's almost like a spark of creation when you educate your nation. That's right. I don't even know what that picture is, but I can tell you that it is strong, like your future, when education is a part of it. Please don't ever think that you cannot be better. You can. Why? Say it, everybody. Education.
Thank you so much, Gwen. That was a rousing speech. Let us now hear from Dogfin. All right, Dogfig, here we are. Ethics.
Ethics. My good people, are ethics something that are given to you, or are you born inherently ethical? Should you be taught to be ethical? Is a wolf taught to bark at the moon, my good people? He is not. He is born intrinsically with that desire. We are all ethical, all born as crystal clear as the day that we come into this earth. Tabula rasa. There is no sin in us when we are born, my good people. But, as you all may know, there is sin that comes to us as we live this life. As I have killed, you may have killed as well. And no one should forgive you, save yourself.
Thank you so much, Dogfin. We will now hear from Brent. Your speech today will be about health.
We all need our health, because if we don't have it, that means like we're not going to be able to focus, know where our things are going to get stolen from us, and that's pretty bad. We don't want that. You know, winter is coming, and that's the truth, is you always have to be prepared. And if you don't boost up your immunities by having your macro and your micronutrients, then honestly, where are you you're just going to end up as ashes, just straight up. The world is going to burn without proper health for us. It's so vitally important. Otherwise, what's going to happen? It's if you don't take care of your home, your body is your home. And if you don't take care of your home, it's going to rot, and it's going to just be there with all sorts of molds, and you don't want to live in that.
Thank you, Brent. Appreciate the speech. We will now hear from Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia, your subject today is religion.
Religion is something that goes beyond looking for hope when you are sick or when you are in need of something, especially when you're hungry. A lot of times when I'm hungry, I pray up to the God above and I say, will you please plop down a nice fat chicken for me to eat. But instead, he plops down the biggest dung pile I've ever seen in my life. And sometimes it's very telling of what your character can be and can control. All right? Outside of dung piles, rainbows come once you overcome the worst things that happen. And sometimes religion is the only outlet that is left for us to be able to see past the dung and onto the horizon where you see the beautiful streams of colors from a rainbow.
Very good. The final speech will be given by Teddy. Your subject is science.
Okay. Science means a lot when you live in a poor town, poor community. And how can we build this up? To build each other up. Because it's not the way we do things, how we store our water, how we survive in the desert. This comes from the knowledge of us as a community. So as we move on, move forward, progressing, we have to keep our minds sharp. And that is the only way. We have to stay sharp on our tasks of what we want, and everything that is beneficial is what benefits us to help each other more.
Okay, Teddy, you wasted a lot of time. Some of those speeches were something else, truly. Let's stand up. Everybody stand up. You've given me a lot to think about, truly. Gwen, you are very excitable. Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't know. Today, it's like after lunch, I've just been feeling like unstoppable, and I think it's great.
All right. Well, as you know, I must deliberate now on these speeches to see whom was the best.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, the fairy dust seems to work for others and not for others as well.
One person who did not do well at all.
Well, what was wrong with her? Gwen was going crazy.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're in the zone. Like, I've heard about the zone. I feel like I've been near the zone, but I've never been in it until right now.
I have deliberated. Welcome back to the living room. As you can see, I have my very serious face on because it is time to distribute the points. With 1 point in third place, Brent, you have earned 1 point in your quest to win this challenge and the ruler of Arin for Gwendolyn.
At this point, my relationship with Gwen is like, I wrote her letters saying, "Are you up?" And I still haven't gotten a response.
In second place, with a very honest and refreshing take from this person that I've never heard until week 4, Rebinka, you've earned 2 points.
Wait, is that the most points that's awarded?
No, it isn't the most points. We've been doing this a month, Rebinka. Jesus Christ. Now, with 3 points in first place on this challenge, Cassiopeia.
Oh my god, it's terrifying because to be at this position right before the very last challenge is a little concerning, because again, it could be robbed from me, it could be taken, but it's alright, because it's just fucking God! Oh my gosh, cool, wow. Well, did you see that coming? Did any of you guys?
Nobody saw it coming, only I did.
Okay. That's cool. Nice.
That's right. So that means the final point tallies for week 4 are as follows. By herself at the top with 5 points is Cassiopeia. That's right. Tied for second place with 4 points are Teddy and Brent. In third place are the rest of you with 3 points. Rebinka, Dogfen, and Gwen.
So I'm still in last place, you're saying?
An
Yes, you
audience member?
technically are still in last
Cheryl
place.
Wiggins Brooks. She's been waiting for a bit.
But next week is the final challenge. The one that will determine who is the next ruler of Orin. And it's anybody's game. You are just 1 point apart from each other. Sleep well. This next week is going to be horrifying as you realize that your time is coming to an end here.
I'm still feeling sick, but next week I have to come back strong.
I've become a man in a box and gone back to being a hermit. So, friendship lost, I suppose. I'll win next week. I'll make that for certain.
Tune in for the last episode to see who is next in line. Goodbye.
Cassie, good thing I've made friends with her because as it stands now, she's at the top of the list. That's fabulous. I gave her lands in my distant land, Lackawanna. But there's one thing I've lived in fear of for the last 4 weeks, and that is that there is no Lackawanna. And I am no queen.
the Villain Stand-Up Show. Thank you so much for all those who have been tuning in all night long. We had Space Time, we had Next in Line, and now we have our fun show, our stand-up show that we bring to you every single week. It is always a pleasure to be with you, especially tonight. My name is Anastasia, and I'll be your host for the night. We have lots of great comedians for you. We have Dana Keel, we have Allison LaCoin, Yale Hollander, Bien. He has a longer last name than I do, so he could pronounce it for everyone later on. I will learn it one day. I am just disrespectful gringa. It's actually funny mentioning gringa. So I'm coming to you live from Miami because that's where Villain Theater is at. And my background is very Floridian because you have palm trees and prisons. I think this is a prison. It's very Florida. Got to keep it consistent. It's been quite the quarantine. It's about that time with in my life when I've just been spending way too much time on way too many hobbies. Most recently, I got into doing acrylics. That way, when I do them right, I can say, nailed it. I always thought I was 100% Russian. I recently did an ancestry test. This is a true story. And I found out that I also have family from Finland. Yeah. Which means I was truly born to procrastinate because I'm always Russian to finish. It's so stupid. I know, the dad jokes. Gotta get them out of the way before we get this going. Just loosening y'all up. But like I said, it's been a very interesting quarantine. A lot of people have been asking me. They're like, "Oh, okay, you've been with your boyfriend for 2 years. Are you gonna move in together?" I'm like, "No, I'm an independent woman. I would much rather assert my independence by living with my parents." Yeah, my parents are fun people. We actually might hear some drilling from them. It's true that I do live with them. Our air conditioning is broken. So if you hear loud Russian screaming, we are not being Zoom bombed. Don't worry. But I hope I could get early access to the vaccine. I mean, I'm partially a Russian citizen. So it's been nice doing these. It's been nice doing these Zoom shows, but I'd like to get outside eventually. Who knows? What else is going on in the universe, in this world? Speaking of Russians, it was interesting at the beginning of quarantine, earlier on in the pandemic. We all remember Boris Johnson, not a Russian, but sounds like a Russian. Boris Johnson got sick with COVID-19. And it was interesting because Vladimir Putin wrote him this letter where he was like, "Oh, Boris, I'm confident that your positive energy and your good sense of humor will get you through this." Which is like the nicest thing I've ever heard any Russian, let alone a Russian man, say to another person. I mean, I'm like, he did not write that. Positive energy. Positive energy. He did get through it though, so I guess Boris Johnson is good vibes only. Yeah, I did not nail it with my nails. I lost one nail earlier. Rest in power. Very sad. Very sad. I know it's a tragedy. It really is a tragedy. They talk about tragedy and comedy, and this is my tragedy for the day. But things are pretty tragic right now. I know this is a comedy show, but elephant in the room, things are pretty rough. My air conditioning is broken. There's drilling in the back. I mean, the world is on fire, okay? The world is on fire. But I realize that things have been tough now, but things have always been pretty rough, especially for like immigrants back in the home country. I was looking at these photos of my family members back in Russia, and like my great grandmother, I'm like, who hurt you? Like it's as if it's her engagement photo, and it's as if she's like, "Oh, da Pavel, I will marry you. Let's take photo to celebrate the happiest moment of our lives." Fast forward a bit. Baby's born. I've been in labor for 72 hours. We've been trying for 9 years. Let's take photo to celebrate the happiest moment of our lives. Zoom into my placenta covered grandfather, just like. And then unfortunately, my great grandmother, she did have to pass away. It happens. And I was looking at photos from her wake, and she was just so peaceful. Like she was just like, maybe I won't be born in Russia next life. My parents don't really like that joke, but they don't really like anything. They're Russian. I don't know if you've ever heard of the term Cold War.
Yes.
That's the term for resting bitch face. Yeah. I'll end with this. A lot of times people tell me that I don't sound Russian. They tell me I sound a lot more like Lizzie McGuire. Yes. Probably because that's where I learned the majority of my English from. I used to sit in front of the TV and it'd be like, hey now. And I'd be like, this is what the American dream is made of. And I don't want to brag, but when I was 18, I actually got to go to Italy. And I thought, like, you know, I need to have the full Lizzie McGuire experience. I need to make a wish in a Trevi fountain, go on a Vespa, meet myself a Paolo, and I almost got human trafficked. Yeah, it's now a laughing matter, but I don't know where the Save the Children people were when that movie came out, but it is 2 steps away from being taken. If you have not seen it, and I'm losing you completely, let me just break it down for you. Young girl goes to Europe. This is Lizzie McGuire movie Taken. Young girl goes to Europe. Meets a handsome man. Parents go to Europe to save her. The only difference is that Taken made it to 3 movies, and the Lizzie McGuire reboot can't even make it past the 2nd episode because the showrunner quit. And now my Disney Plus subscription is worthless. At least there's Hamilton. All right, guys, that's my time. I'm Anastasia, but you'll be with me all night long. We have a lot of great comedians coming up for you tonight. The first comic we have on our stage, she is a villain theater improviser. She is, because villain theater also does improv, as you saw a little bit earlier. And she does a lot of great things. Put your hands together for the one, the only Allison McCoy, everyone. Woo! Woo!
Oh boy. So I'm going to start today talking about something that's a little bit controversial, but just stick with me. I'm happy that J.K. Rowling turned out to be a bigot. Now you might think that's not a good thing to be really happy about. What's wrong with you? But there's a reason. No. Sorry, my Zoom freaked out for a second. I thought it was going to drop. Anyway, no, I'm happy she turned out to be a bigot because now I can shit all over these books. Fuck that nonsense. Goddamn down with Harry Potter. Boo. I've been holding this shit in for years, and now I can finally do it without feeling bad at all. Like, you can't come back at me because she's a bigot. I win. And because growing up, one of my best friends, she loved Harry Potter to the point where, like, she could recite the first page of, like, multiple of the books. Turns out she was a Trump supporter, so not really losing anything here. And, like, given current events, like, part of my hatred for Harry Potter has to be current. And that's just, they're super okay with slavery. Like, way too okay with slavery in these books that are supposed to have happened in the 20th century. Like, I get it, they're elves, but come on. Super fucked up. And they're super supremacists too. Like, kids were allowed to go around the school calling one another mudblood. I feel like that's the wizard N-word. I'm not a wizard or black, so I don't actually get to make that choice, but that's what I feel like. Also, it fucking has ruined vacation now. You go to Universal Studios and half of it is taken over by goddamn Harry Potter. I don't need to see any more of this exposed brick. I get it. Bricks can be exposed. That's fine. But like, can we actually have a ride? Because it's all gift shops where you can buy a $2,000 wand to run over a sensor for a bat to go, like, it's so anticlimactic. I went there once with a friend that had the wand, and we were like doing all the things, and I was like, that's all that we're doing here? That's okay. Fast forward, we've been in line for an hour to ride the train, and I'm taking a quiz to figure out what my Patronus is. Turns out it's a cat. So that's super exciting. But most of all, I cannot get past like the overall culture of the parents and the school. It's absolutely ridiculous. Starting with Hermione Granger. Now, because I'm a good person, when I read the books, I pronounced it Hermione because that sounds pretty. Hermione sounds like a plant that would give you a rash. Like, don't go over there. There's a patch of Hermione and you're going to get itchy. Not like, look at my lovely daughter. Like, day one, just a slap in the face. Ugh. And then these same shitty parents just send her off to a boarding school they've never seen. Like, literally, she had Muggle parents. They'd never seen this school. They didn't go there. They didn't visit it. They didn't give a tour. They didn't even move her in. These kids are in the 4th grade. They're 10. Like, no one makes a thing about that. That's a big deal. My parents moved me into college all of the years. There was both a mom and a dad helping me unload my shit into either my dorm room or apartment. I wasn't doing that by myself, let alone at 10. Oh my God, absolutely not okay. Not okay at all. That, and then there's no adult supervision. Like, in theory, there's teachers, but are they really there? They got away with a lot of shit in those books. No one was fucking watching them. Like, the worst thing that would happen to you is you could lose house points. But if you're one of the houses that's not gonna win, who cares? That's not a real consequence. No one from Hufflepuff was like, oh, we're gonna win it this year. Never, ever. They weren't. If anything, like, Hufflepuff should have been like the frat house, like Pi Theta Huff in the house. We had parties with the Butterbear. The only problem would be is that like some wizards they'd start humping because again there's no adult supervision. In theory, the older kids are supposed to supervise, but let's be honest, that doesn't work. The older kids get bored and want to bond themselves. So they're just like, do what you want. Woo. So there's a guy, too much Butterbear. Now he can't correctly perform the condom spell. Okay? So then they're like, fuck. We do not need a little wizard right here. We're going to get kicked out. And so then they have to go to the library to go check out Spellbook B. In this book, it's in the back of the library. It's in the protected section. You have to go up to a librarian, look them in the eye, and ask them for it. Because goddamn it, you should feel shame for having felt good last night. So, I mean, I guess, honestly, it would just be the same as, well, right now in the real world. So, I guess fuck everything. That's my time.
Woo! Allison and her loving parents. Way to brag. My parents moved me in. Mine did too. It's okay. Mine, I walked out and they're the attic for the air conditioning. It's like right there. So they're like trying to take whatever is leaking from the air conditioning, dumping in the toilet. And here I am doing all the work, you know? It's tough times. Thank you so much, Allison. All right, up next, our next comedian all the way from California. Put your hands together for Dana Keel, everyone. Woo!
You guys, y'all, you don't know, like California has rolling blackouts. So I like just made it here in the nick of time, but I would not have missed it for the world. And it's like, what else can go wrong? LA, pick a struggle. Pandemic, mask, like what are we doing? Like pick a struggle, LA, pick a struggle, California. Blackouts, no power, and you know, everything. So you guys, just excited to be here. And boy, what a year it has been if we talk about picking a struggle. Like 2020, who saw, they say 2020 vision, but who saw this, right? Who saw this? And so we've gone from quarantine to revolution, quarantine, and then revolution, and we lost the Black Panther. So what a year it has been. Wakanda forever, right? Right, guys? So the only thing that brings me joy though is the daily routine. I simply eat, shit, sleep, and cry. Every day. Eat, shit, sleep, and cry. I'm basically a newborn. And I'm stuck at the crib to boot. So you guys, the other thing, speaking of eating, quarantine 15. Am I the only one that's gained quarantine 15, quarantine 17, quarantine 20? So been eating a lot of quarantine snacks, a lot of snacks. But what I have found is that when I went out to protest, there were protest snacks. I love snacks. So let me just say this about protest snacks. It's like top shelf, you guys, bottled water, Fiji, macro protein bars, like organic fruit, organic nuts. And I'm like chowing down. I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. But then I was like, what is Martin Luther King, John Lewis, and Rosa Parks saying right about now? They're probably like, snacks? You guys need snacks to protest? Bottled water? Our only contact with water was hoses. But y'all need bottled water and a buffet? So, you know, I'm like, hey, elders, ancestors, some of us have a low glycemic index, and we need our snacks. We need treats to make it. And so I'm just saying, forgive us. So you guys, I also noticed that this is a time that if you have any type of dream or any type of anything, like now that we're sheltered in place, right? You need to, like, if you read that good book, it says fashion it, shaping it. But like for real, this is the time for dreams and ambitions to become goals. And so I love communications. So I set up a call service. That's been my lifelong dream, to set up a call service. Now, write it down, you guys, because I want everybody to be a part of my service. It's called 1-800-CALL an Ancestor. Y'all got it? 1-800-CALL an Ancestor. Because here's what I don't think. I don't think Susan B. Anthony lived and died so that Amy Cooper could act a motherfucking fool in Central Park. That's what I don't think. And I called Susan. I was like, Susan, girl. She's like, hey, girl. I was like, I know you did not march for women's rights and die for Amy Cooper to act a motherfucking fool in Central Park. She's like, no, girl, I didn't. I was like, well, can you gather her? She is a whole mood right now. And Susan was like, yes, girl, I can. You guys, 2 short days after my phone call to Susan, Amy Cooper was charged with making a false 911 call. So I was like, my service works. So y'all know they've been carting off blue collection mailboxes like they trees, right? So I had to call Benjamin Franklin. He was our first postmaster general. So I was like, Benjamin, hey. He was like, hey, girl. I was like, Benjamin, I know you did not start the postal system as we know it to watch it go down like this, just a whole mess. He's like, no, girl, I didn't. I was like, well, can you gather Louis DeJoy and Donald Trump right now? He's like, yes, girl, I can. And I'm like, while you at it, can you gather Betsy DeVos? Because it's something about the prefix D in their name that just makes them bad people. And he was like, yes, girl, I can. So you guys, I went to the post office on Friday. I mailed something for a 3-day priority and it arrived on time. So I'm just saying my service works. And y'all, back in February, I had to make the big call. Harriet Tubman, because Snoop Dogg, oh my God, let me tell you, Snoop was acting a fool. Back in February, he got really mad at Gayle King. He hopped on IG Live and was calling her a funky dog-headed rhymes with snitch. So I called Harriet. I was like, Harriet, girl. She's like, hey, girl. I was like, Snoop Dogg, we love him. The rapper is like tripping. And I know you did not march us on the Underground Railroad to freedom for this. She's like, no, girl, I didn't. I was like, well, can you gather Snoop? He is a whole mood right now. She's like, yes, girl. I can. So you guys, thanks, Harriet. I love you. Bye, girl. She was like, bye. So you guys, 3 short days after my call to Harriet, guess what happened? He apologized to Gayle. He went on the Red Table Talk, not in an entanglement, but in reflection. And this just in, he will be voting for the first time in his life in this year's presidential election. So I'm serious, y'all. My service works. So like we got Anne Frank, we got Gandhi, we got Confucius, we got Martin Luther King for peaceful protest, Malcolm X for by any means necessary. Y'all in Sacagawea just joined our roster. We got every ancestor you need. 1-800, call an ancestor. All calls are free and anonymous. You guys, my time is winding up, so I got one more thing to share. Listen, to all the African Americans who are watching, to all my allies, you guys, you got to have active Black cards. And I found out that my own son, not mixed, had his Black card revoked. Let me tell you how I found out. He totally, like, we had him an 18th birthday party, and I said, Ali, what kind of music would you like? And he was like, K-pop. I was like, did I not play enough Stevie Wonder in the womb? Okay. So listen, Ali, your card has been revoked. We got to get you a new card. So I got a test. Got about 3 questions. We're going to make it fast. Question number 1, have you heard of Prince? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, name a song. Nothing. Okay, have you heard of Michael Jackson? He's like, yes. And I was like, okay, name a song. And he was like, Billie Jean. I was like, we need Motown, Michael. Stop the Love You Save for the Black card. We'll give you a half a point for that. Okay, rounding on down. All right, so have you heard of Mary J. Blige? He was like, no. I was like, no, just Queen of Hip Hop Soul, hashtag just no. He was like, no. I was like, okay, well, one last question, man. One last question to win it all. Have you heard of Aretha Franklin? He was like, yes. All right. Can you name one song? And he was like, think. And I was like, Ali, you've been awarded your Black card. Thank you guys. That's my time.
Woo! Dan, you're getting a lot of love in the comments. Thank you. Everyone who's watching on YouTube, we love you. And if you love us, please subscribe to the Villain Theater YouTube channel to support the arts. Villain has been closed since March. It's been a really long time. It's been 6 months of this pandemic. So if you like what you're seeing and you want to support the theater, it's an improv theater, it's stand-up, all kinds of stuff. You can head to the Villain Theater website, and we have a donate link that we just put up that if you want to support us, if you got a little extra cash, you know, we got free shows. So if you want to do that, that's super cool. If not, no pressure. We'll still be here for you. We're not like your family. We won't leave when you don't give us money. So it's totally fine. Thank you, Dana. Thank you so much again. Woo, great job. Okay, up next, all the way from St. Louis, Missouri. Put your hands together for Yale Hollander, everyone.
Hey! Thank you so much, Anastasia. And shout out to Dana. Not only does she have a healthy respect for old school R&B, she's also got a healthy respect for old school telephone equipment. That handset receiver is dope AF, let me tell you right now. But I am so glad to be here. This has been one heck of a summer, let me tell you. It for me and for comedy, it's just been something else. I was recently named by my hometown magazine, St. Louis Magazine, appropriately enough. I was named 2020's St. Louis's most enterprising comedian. Here's a full-page piece on me, a full page in a major regional city magazine. A big deal. I mean, a really big deal. I mean, I'm just as popular in this town as this pastrami sandwich, which also got a full page in the magazine. But no, it was cool. It was something I wasn't expecting. It was very exciting. And so I sent a copy of it to my dad, who does not live in St. Louis, and he called me to let me know that he got the magazine, and it said, "Can you believe I got a full page in there?" He's like, "Yeah, I saw it." I said, "What do you think, Dad? What do you think?" And he said, "You know what I think? I think this is not why I paid for you to go to law school." So, there's that. But no, for those of you who may be somewhat geographically unaware, St. Louis is situated in the state of Missouri. The state of Missouri is currently being governed by a man named Mike Parkson, and he is a bona fide frontier imbecile. This is a guy who believes that children should be in school because children don't get the coronavirus. And even if they do get the coronavirus, they might get sick. They'll go home for a few days. They'll come back and they'll be fine. They'll be able to return to school. A school which I guess he thinks is run by other children and not the adults that are dropping dead from COVID at disgusting rates in this country. The guy is so dumb that it would not surprise me if I woke up one morning, turned on the television news, and found out that he had emptied the Missouri State Treasury and swapped it all for a pouch of magic beans. That's how dumb this guy is. Of course, he thinks that masks are too much of an imposition to require people to wear them. Not only is that stupid, I think it's misplaced. Masks aren't the real imposition in this whole COVID prevention scheme, okay? It's the hand washing, all right? Follow me here, okay? Particularly those of you who still have to like work in an office, the hand washing is a real problem. I mean, I was at my office last week. I had to use the restroom. So, of course, when I'm done conducting that business, I go to the sink. I turn the water on. I get that soap, get my hands all soaped up. Now, they want you to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds or the time it takes to sing happy birthday twice. Okay, fine. So, I start, rubbing and singing the song, and I won't sing it for you because it's copyrighted. But you get to hey, Villain Theater's been closed for several months. I mean, we can't subject them to a copyright suit. I mean, I'm just trying to be the bigger man here.
Good looking out.
There you go. So I'm watching this, start to sing the song. I get to the happy birthday dear part and realize I don't know anybody's birthday that day. So I have to dig into my pocket and get my phone out, pull up Facebook and find the names of not one, but two people who have a birthday that day, figure out who they are, put the phone down on the counter, go back to washing my hands, finish the song, rinse off the soap, go and dry off my hands. Then, of course, I have to take my pants off because when I went to dig in to my pocket to get my phone, my pants got soaking wet. So I got to hold my pants under the hand dryer. And God help you if you've got one of those Dyson air blades in your office. Those things don't dry pants worth shit. You got to have that hot air. So 20 minutes later, put my pants back on. Then do I finally get to go back to my desk and go to work? No, I do not. I have to go to the grocery store because I needed to buy a bag of rice for my phone. It got too wet from sitting on the wet sink counter. So that's the imposition, not the mask, all right? People in this state are so stupid. They're actually boycotting Chinese food because they believe that because the coronavirus apparently originated in China, that if you eat their people's food, you will get coronavirus. Okay, that's not how it works. Eating a culture's food will not get you sick with the disease that originated in that culture's country of origin. Okay, if that was the case, every time a Gentile man bit into a bagel, his foreskin would fall off. Not how it works. While we're on the topic of bagels, I happen to think that the bagel was probably invented by a guy who was looking for a dinner roll he could fuck. I don't know. And if that's the case, God, do I feel sorry for the wife of the guy who invented the bundt cake, because that's a pretty damn girthy dessert. Speaking of desserts, I was recently got my feelings hurt by a department store at our local mall. I went in there to do a little shopping, and there's a sign right outside the door of the major department store there that says "No fat guys allowed." Well, okay, those weren't the exact words. What it said is "escalator to men's department broken," but still, I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. We are fortunately here in the Midwest getting ready to move towards the end of tornado season. Something has changed though with I guess the wokeness of meteorologists in this town. The other day there was a lot of severe weather going on around St. Louis, and one of the meteorologists reported that a suspected tornado had touched down outside of town. What the hell is a suspected tornado? Are we now giving bad weather the benefit of the doubt before we give it a label? I mean, we're giving low pressure systems more of a fair shake than most people who are shot by police these days. Okay, there is no such standard as innocent until proven tornado. Okay, we don't need to hear both sides of the story. We don't need to know what the trailer park was wearing to determine whether it provoked the tornado. Okay, that's just not the way it works. Maybe I'm just being a little too crotchety here. I don't know. I just turned 50 years old 2.5 years ago, and you know it's been a struggle. Okay, I woke up on my 50th birthday. Well, I woke up several times on my 50th birthday because peeing, but. When I woke up on my 50th birthday, I go to my closet to put on some clothes for the day, and I've got nothing but plaid pants in there. I don't know where they came from. I go to drive to work that morning, and I look over on my passenger seat, and there's a stack of Phil Collins CDs. I have no idea how those got there. There's a gray felt hat with a feather in it. I have no idea how. There's a cardigan sweater hanging up on the back seat. I don't know how these things happen. I mean, all I know is that I'm in a position now where I feel like I'm a walker, 4 tennis balls, and a dead wife away from tying 500 balloons to my house and just flying away. But my wife is very much alive, okay? Not only is she alive, but she inspired me to get into stand-up comedy because I could not stand to stay at home anymore. Because all she does is watch Lifetime Movie Network. Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen a Lifetime movie, but one of them is more pathetic than the next. The last one that I remember her watching, I asked her what the plot of the story was, just because I wanted to see how far I would have to suspend belief. Okay, she goes, "Oh, this is one where a psychopath kidnaps orphans from an orphanage." And I said, "No, that's the wrong verb. You can't kidnap an orphan. Technically, that's adoption." Okay, those kids are winners. Okay, those kids are riding an emotional high that they are going to ride for the remaining 10 to 15 minutes of their lives before they wind up in a ditch in Act 3. Okay, she also watches Dr. Phil, or as I like to call him, Mr. Phil. Yeah, okay, he's a doctor. He's got a PhD. He's got a PhD in clinical psychology. He wrote his doctoral thesis on the psychological dimensions of rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, so if you're going to Dr. Phil with a family problem, it better be that grandma screams hysterically every time she goes to pick up a cast iron skillet because it's so heavy. Okay, look. I have a law degree, all right? I'm a lawyer. I am a doctor of jurisprudence. I do not refer to myself as Dr. Yale. Now, you can come to me and I can fix your speeding ticket. I cannot fix your fucked up family, though. Okay, that is my time. I'm Yale Hollander. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah, Give it up for Yale, everyone. And give it up for all these audience members. We have 23 people tuned in. Jeannie Sykes, Lindsay Loon, thank you so much for tuning in. At Fellow Comics, I'm assuming y'all came for Dana because I see you wrote Dana. Thank you so much. Clearly, I have a thing for doctors with glasses because this next comedian is a doctor with glasses. Put your hands together for Bien Bomachan.
Okay. Hi. My name is Vien Pomachan.
Oh, it's close.
I'm totally fine with people screwing up my name. I'm used to it. I'm just not used to people named Anastasia Pavlinskaya screwing up my name. That's a betrayal. All right, that hurt. So I really do miss live comedy, but the truth is I'm just as happy doing these Zoom shows because I'm a huge germaphobe, okay? And I'm really OCD, and I wash my hands like crazy. I don't have the same issues that Yale has, okay? I wash my hands like 20 times a day. Obviously, I don't want to get coronavirus, but yeah, I really don't want to be the Asian guy with coronavirus. Because I know what everyone's going to say. They're all going to be like, of course. Bet his fridge is full of bats. So, you know, washing your hands, like Yale said, you're supposed to sing happy birthday to make sure you've washed for long enough. That's fine for everybody else. It's not good enough for me because I'm just way too OCD. I have to sing Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm there for all 7 minutes, like, Scaramouche, Scaramouche. Galileo. Oh, so you guys, you might recognize me. If I look familiar, I'm not famous. I just get confused with that guy. I'm sorry. You know who I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Any other Asian guy. I'm originally from Laos. I'm Laotian. And when I went to school, I had to take ESL classes. My family came to the States when I was about 3. And ESL is English as a second language. It's classes that teach foreign kids how to speak English. And it was great, except I only spoke English. When I started school, my kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Armstrong, looks at my name and is like, well, Mr. Homa something something, we've got just the class for you. The other. So English is my first and second language. This is confusing, okay, for me, because my parents actually tried to raise us really American. They would only speak English at home, and they still stuck me with the kids who don't speak English.
Wow.
Those kids didn't know what to do with me either, okay? When you're Asian and you only speak English, they say you're yellow on the outside, white on the inside. What they actually did was called me a Twinkie. So my name is Vien Pomachan, but trapped inside, I'm Chad.
Oh boy.
My name was another issue. My full name is actually Viengsouk Pomachan, and I'm going to spell it for you. It's VIENGSOUK PHOMMACHANH. So just to spell it, you have to take between 3 and 5 breaths, depending on how good your cardio is. Because I have this weird foreign name, I was bullied by this kid named Joe Smith. Joe was mean, but he was also really creative. Like he had something every day. He was like, hey, Pomeranian, hey, pomegranate, hey, pomalama ding dong. And like his name was so simple, it made me really jealous. It wasn't even Joseph, it was just Joe. When his parents were naming him, they're like, J-O-E, we're done. Like they had to pay for the letters. My name is 20 letters long, so it wasn't just awkward. It was actually a disadvantage on things like the SAT. When I took the SAT, you had to bubble your answers in on the Scantron sheet. Does anybody else remember that?
Yep.
When I took the SAT, I'm sitting behind Joe. I look up and I see that Joe is halfway through the test. I was still bubbling in my name. They did that on purpose. The SAT's racist. It's designed to oppress Laotians. It didn't work.
Yes. Not only Laotians.
I destroyed Joe on the SAT. Of course. You know. So I thought it would get better as an adult, but my name is still annoying. This happens to me a lot. I'll meet someone and they're like, ooh, Pomachan. What does that mean? They're expecting it to mean something like he who fights bear. I'll tell you what it means. It means nothing. I don't believe why this happens. So I play along. I return the favor. Whenever I meet a Bob, I'm always like, ooh, Bob, how exotic. What does Bob mean? And I'm not kidding. This happens every single day. Okay. And I've been telling people it means the virile god of lovemaking. I don't get any questions after that. So I think there is some truth to that because Laotians all have like really big families. It's typical for us to have like 10 kids in our family. And my American friends can't relate to this at all. They all have like 2 kids and they really love and spoil those 2 kids. They're always like, how do Laotians deal with 10 kids? Laotians deal with 10 kids exactly the same way Americans deal with 2. They love and spoil 2 of them. It's like a basketball team. There's 2 stars that everybody loves. And then there's like 6 role players that just defend and rebound. And then there's 2 kids who never come off the bench. We're hoping to trade them to another team. I'm married. Everyone assumes that my wife is Asian. She's not. She's Caucasian. They've loosened up the rules. White women.
It's a reverse Twinkie.
My wife actually took my name. Her name was Allison Jones, and she changed it to Allison Pomachan. That is true love. It is very amusing watching a white woman go through life with a Laotian name, because every time she tries to buy something, they think she's committing credit card fraud. One time this happened, she was shopping, and she actually had to call me over. She's like, this is my husband. He's Laotian. It's his last name. And I saw she's trying to buy this $900 Coach bag. So I had to explain to the salesperson that I have no idea who this woman is. And you should arrest this woman. I'm just kidding. My wife is great. We've been married for 19 years. Yay. And it's a total cliche, but the secret to our marriage is patience. We were very traditional. Like we didn't meet on Tinder. I actually waited for my wife. And like I said, we were very traditional. What happened was I dug a hole and then I covered it with leaves and then I hid and then I waited for her. Patient. Like a gentleman. So I am a doctor in real life. But it's not like, I don't think I had a choice. It's more like I had Asian parents and I don't know what the other options are. My parents weren't positive, like they weren't like, you should go into medicine and help people. They were actually kind of scary. My mom would say stuff like, if you don't get into med school, you have to massage creepy old man. So I went to med school because I had nightmares about massaging Gandalf and seeing his magic wand. I'm an ear, nose, and throat doctor. It's kind of a weird job because I spend all day talking to people about snot. It wasn't my first choice. I wanted to be a neurosurgeon, but I couldn't because I wasn't at the top of the class. You have to be at the top of the class to be a neurosurgeon. The way it works is the further down the class you are, the more your job involves leakage. I was in the middle, so I had to deal with snot. The guys below me ended up like gastroenterologists. They're the ones who put cameras in your butt. So whenever people find out I'm a doctor, it makes them feel safer. It shouldn't. If I ever hear somebody yell, "Is there a doctor in the house?" I always yell back, "Maybe." Because if someone's having a heart attack, I just yell back, "Is there a better doctor in the house?" There's just like a lot of yelling, and then like that person might not make it. My friends are always trying to get free medical advice when we're out to dinner. I'll tell you guys a secret. When we're off the clock and you're not paying us, we're hateful drunk sociopaths. So if we're at Red Lobster and you ask me about a rash, I'm going to tell you it's chlamydia. I'll leave you guys with this. I do want to be famous someday, just so I can tell people like Mrs. Armstrong, my kindergarten teacher, that it all turned out okay. I'm not bitter or anything like that. It's really just to say, you're forgiven. It's all good. But I still hate Joe. I hope he lives in a van. Thank you guys. That's all for me.
Woo! Yes! Woo! also have 20 letters in my name.
That's why you betray me by.
I know. So you know what's funny? So when I was younger, so there was a point when I was younger than I am now, which means I was 5. And in AIM, the AIM days, if you had a crush on someone, people would put like their initials, the letters of the initials, be like I Heart 56 or whatever. So my initials were 9/11, so no one really had a crush on me. 9 letters in the first name, 11 letters in the last name. Nothing good there. Speaking of all the topics, we had a great night, and we have also one of our audience members. She's also in. Give it up for Cheryl. Awesome. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. I see a lot of comics. If there are comics who want to be on the show, check out our open mic. Send me a tape to Villain Stand Up, or a physical VHS tape, please. Send me a clip to Villain Stand Up or at Anna the Russian, and definitely check out all these comics. They are hilarious. I will take a selfie with them. Cheryl, you can also get in the selfie as well. Woo! Thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you for supporting live comedy. We know it's a weird time. We hope that one day when the theater opens back up, we can bring all these comics to our stage in real life, have a Miami weekend, get real crazy. Hopefully not end up in prison, but maybe lay out in the palm trees. Thank you all so much, and have a great evening. Woo! Love you, everybody. I love you all. Bye.